Lighthouse is a really flexible collection of resources that is available to families in Warrington that will support young people that are on the edge of care, and will prioritise keeping those young people in stable family placements. We have a fantastic outreach team that will go into the family home and support the families in the community. If there's then a need for them to come into a care setting, into a residential setting, then we have our residential home, which has 6 beds, 4 of which are for short to medium term and 2 of which are emergency placements.
So what's different? A lot of differences, I guess. As a police officer, it's not all about arresting people. One of the things I've always enjoyed in the police is actually helping people. And working here at Lighthouse, this has given me the perfect opportunity to do that.
And I think working in the new wrong door team at the Lighthouse is it's a bit more creative than working on like traditional teams that I've done before. Is like any idea is not a bad idea.
It allows us to offer more wraparound, so like 24-hour or bespoke, and tailor it to the family's needs rather than quite generalised.
Compared to where I used to work, it's completely different now, but it feels a lot more natural. You feel more of a human, kind of like working with both sides and just kind of getting everyone involved and getting them through this difficult stage in their life.
I think it's taken a little bit of time for the social work teams to sort of fully understand our approach, but actually the feedback's been really positive. I think now that we are actually the teams are seeing the results that we're having and how sort of the level of intense support that we can put in place in terms of offering wraparound support for young people. And I think as well they've also found that not just working with the child but allocating workers to work with different members of the family has been really effective.
It's so much more than I could have expected. It's so much more than just a residential home. It is the wraparound support, which is flexible and bespoke to each family and their individual needs.
I think what's been kind of incredible is how quickly the outreach part has taken off and how quickly we are doing bespoke placements and supporting and stopping young people coming into care in such a short space of time.
Yes, definitely. I think we've had lots of really positive feedback about the work that we're doing, and I think as well that it's important that the families that we're working with know that we are here and we're not going anywhere, and that these are long-term relationships. So even though we might be working quite intensively now and with young people, when they move on, it's important that they know that we will still be maintaining them relationships and still keeping in touch with them. So I think that enables them to trust us a little bit more.
Ensuring that building the relationships to first and foremost part of your job.
With a young person is he's recently come into care. However, our goals within the Lighthouse are to ensure that wherever he may be in the future, whether that be returning back home or remaining in local authority care, that he does still have a positive relationship with his birth sibling and also his adoptive parents too.
I've been working with a young person over in the Families First. They then came with me through the Lighthouse, and the more staff that have come on board, we've been able to keep that young person at home by, using other educare workers and other portfolio leads, and match, somebody from the team that we would think would work well with the family, able to keep that young person at home so that somebody's working with the dad, somebody's working with the mum, someone's working with the young person, because there was a lot of crisis happening, and the family felt that the best option would be for the young person to come into care. But once we put that 24-hour wraparound care, it's worked, and she's at home now and she's thriving.
Work with a number of young people who were in crisis and who were actually, at high risk of moving into a care setting, which would most likely have been an out-of-area residential setting. And we've been able to keep those young people within their birth families with support. And they are actually now out of crisis. We're still supporting, but we've managed to reduce the level of intervention gradually. And now we've seen that there's been a reduction in missing episodes, there's been better mental health, better access to education and general better well-being for those young people.
I've seen a team that's come together in a very short space of time that have worked immense kind of, come together. They have been so flexible with their time, offering ideas, new ideas, being creative, really being there for the young person, that family, in really, really difficult times.
I think the Lighthouse is something that we've needed for some time now in Warrington. And I think for me, as someone seconded to Warrington Borough Council, from the police, I think my vision of having that wraparound support of all these trained, experienced staff all under one roof, to provide that support and care to the children of Warrington, it's perfect. It's just what's needed.